The puddle ripples under your cracked lips. 36 hours without water, and your brain is screaming, drink. Every stagnant pool and forgotten tap looks like salvation. But one sip of the wrong liquid will not just make you sick. It will kill you faster than the dehydration that's torturing you right now. The difference between rescue and a body recovery is a 2-second scan most desperate people skip entirely. The survival industry sells you a $20 test kit with a color wheel and a battery-powered UV pen. But the most lethal contaminants in untreated water do not hide. They announce themselves to your nose, your eyes, and your fingertips if you know exactly what to check for. Subscribe so you never miss this. Stay for number 7. The one check that can turn a bottle into a chemical weapon if you get it wrong. Check 1. The sniff. Acute toxin rejection. Lean down close to the surface. Cup your hand and pull the air toward your nose. One deep inhale right at the waterline. Your nose is not a precision instrument. It is a gatekeeper that evolution wired to reject poison before it ever crosses your lips. If the water smells like rotten eggs, that is hydrogen sulfide, industrial runoff, or decaying organic matter in an anaerobic dead zone. If it smells sharp like nail polish remover or paint thinner, that is a volatile chemical solvent. Acetone, toluene, benzene. If it smells like raw sewage, that is a bacterial bloom so dense it off-gasses methane and ammonia. Your nose will recoil before your brain finishes the sentence. Most people override the smell because they are dehydrated and desperate. They tell themselves, it's just a little stagnant. The nose does not lie. If the water smells like anything other than clean rain or cold stone, dump it. Do not boil it. Do not filter it. Boiling volatilizes some chemicals and makes them airborne. You inhale what you tried to drink. The sniff takes 1 second. It costs nothing. It is the oldest water test in human history, and it has never failed a survivor who trusted it. Check 2. The rainbow sheen. Petroleum and industrial poison. Pour a sample into a clear glass or a plastic bottle. Hold it at an angle to the light. Look across the surface, not through it. A rainbow shimmer, a slick of iridescent color like oil on wet asphalt, is the signature of petroleum. Gasoline, diesel, motor oil, hydraulic fluid from a ruptured underground tank. That sheen does not just float on top. It means the water column is saturated with a hydrocarbon that your kidneys cannot filter and your liver cannot metabolize. A single swallow of water tainted with benzene causes chemical pneumonitis if you aspirate even a drop. Most people see the sheen and think they can just skim the top layer and drink the water underneath. That is a lethal mistake. The dissolved fraction is invisible. The sheen is just the visible tip of a chemical iceberg. If the water shines like a gasoline puddle in a parking lot, the entire source is dead. Move on. No filter, no tablet. No prayer makes petroleum drinkable. The angle check takes 2 seconds. The eyes you already own are the only equipment required. Check 3. The float and settle. Heavy metal shimmer. Let the clear glass sit for 30 seconds. Still, undisturbed. Watch the bottom. If a fine metallic glitter settles out like tiny shards of mirror or a gray-white sediment collects, you are looking at heavy metal particulate. Lead oxide, arsenic, cadmium from old batteries, mercury from industrial mining runoff. These metals do not evaporate. They do not boil away. Boiling this water concentrates the poison. You pour off what you think is safe and leave behind a denser sludge that kills slower, but just as surely. Now dip the tip of a clean finger into the water and touch it to your tongue. Not a swallow, a dab. If the taste is bitter, astringent, or metallic like sucking on a penny, your body is reacting to dissolved metals. Spit it out immediately. Rinse your mouth with known clean water if you have it. Most people will chug first and taste later. You will dab, wait, and reject. The heavy metal test is a settling observation and a fingertip taste. Total time elapsed: 2 seconds to settle, 1 second to taste, 3 seconds to stay alive. Check 4. The dead zone sign. Ecosystem absence. Walk to the edge of the water source. A pond, a stream, a flooded ditch. Stop and look at the banks. Healthy water attracts life. Algae grows green on the rocks. Insects skate the surface. Birds pick at the edges. Tadpoles wriggle in the shallows. A dead zone has none of this. The water is too clear, too still, too sterile. No plants, no bugs. No bugs. No tracks from animals coming to drink. Life avoids poison instinctively. If every living thing in the area has refused this water, the reason is written in the chemistry. Most people see a clear, empty pool and think it looks pure. Purity in a disaster zone is not clarity. It is the absence of the ecosystem that should be there. Industrial runoff from a ruptured factory pipe. leached pesticides from a flooded agricultural shed, heavy metal salts from a mine tailing upstream. The dead zone is a billboard that costs no money and requires no kit. Look for life. If nothing is drinking it, neither should you. The scan takes 2 seconds. The information is absolute. Check 5. The soap bubble shake, detergent and chemical foam. Take your clear sample bottle, cap it tight, shake it hard for 5 seconds. Hold it up to the light. If a thick, white, persistent foam forms on the surface and stays there, refusing to pop, you have found surfactants, detergents, industrial cleaning agents, firefighting foam residue. These chemicals do not occur naturally in groundwater. A natural foam from organic decay is brownish, thin, and pops quickly. A detergent foam is white, thick, and lingers like soap bubbles in a sink. Surfactants destroy the mucosal lining of your intestines. They cause violent diarrhea that accelerates dehydration faster than drinking nothing at all. Most people shake a bottle and ignore the foam because they think it's just air bubbles. You will watch the surface for 5 seconds. If the foam persists, dump the water. No filter removes dissolved detergent. No boil neutralizes it. The shake test is 2 seconds of effort. The rejection saves you from a death spiral of drinking and purging that empties your body of fluids faster than you can replace them. Check 6. The temperature anomaly, underground contamination. Dip your finger into the water. A stream in a cold environment should be cold. Snowmelt, ground seep, but if the water runs unusually warm, noticeably warmer than the air or the surrounding soil, something is generating heat beneath the surface. A bacterial bloom at peak metabolic activity in a stagnant reservoir. An underground chemical reaction from a ruptured industrial container. Decomposing organic matter in a sealed pocket, releasing thermal energy. Warm water in a cold world is a red flag that cannot be ignored. Most people will drink warm water eagerly because it feels less shocking to the throat. That warmth is a warning. Heat accelerates bacterial reproduction. Heat dissolves more chemical compounds. Heat masks the crisp, clean taste of cold groundwater. If the source is warm, disturb the sediment with a stick. If bubbles rise and carry a foul smell, the water is biologically active and dangerous. The temperature check takes 1 second. The disturbed sediment check takes another. 2 seconds of touch and observation before a sip that could flood your gut with pathogens your dehydrated body cannot fight. Check 7. The bleach sanity check. Organic versus inorganic. The water passed the sniff. No rainbow sheen, no metallic glitter. Life drinks from it, and the temperature is normal. You now move to make it safe for storage and drinking. Unscented household bleach. 6 to 8 drops per gallon of clear water. Stir, wait 30 minutes. The chlorine binds to bacteria and viruses and neutralizes them. But there is one rule that, if broken, creates a chemical weapon inside your own bottle. Never add bleach to water that smells like ammonia. Ammonia means urine, sewage, or industrial nitrogen compounds. Mixing bleach with ammonia creates chloramine gas. Inhaling it burns your lungs. Drinking it destroys your throat and stomach lining. If the water has an ammonia odor, bleach is death. You aerate instead. Pour the water between 2 containers repeatedly to off-gas the ammonia, then boil it if fuel permits. Most people will treat all water the same way and mix chemicals in a panic. You will sniff one last time before the bleach goes in. The sanity check is not about trusting the water. It is about trusting the chemical reaction you are about to start. 2 seconds to confirm no ammonia. Then the drops go in. Then you wait. Then you drink. Here is the reality. Your dehydration will try to erase. The most lethal poisons in water are not invisible. They announce themselves to a nose that sniffs, eyes that scan for sheen and dead zones, a tongue that dabs, and hands that shake a bottle and test the temperature. The 2-second test is not a single magic wand. It is a sequence of rapid sensory rejection checkpoints that rule out 90% of deadlies before you ever touch a filter or light a flame. Most people will drink first and pray later. You will sniff, tilt, settle, scan, shake, touch, and sanity check in the time it takes to blink twice. Survival rewards the disciplined pause. The water will still be there. The poison will not warn you twice. Now drop a comment and tell me this. What is the one water source near your home right now that you have always assumed was safe, but after these 7 checks, you realize you have never actually tested? Write it in the comments. Then go look at it tomorrow with new eyes. And in the next video, we are turning from water to fire. The one-match fire protocol. How to build, ignite, and sustain a life-saving flame in wet, windy, or zero-light conditions when the first match is the only one you have. I'll see you there.